I'm just pouring myself a frosty beverage before I watch some of the latest internet streaming video. Refreshing. Now I'd like to quickly provide some background on what you're about to see. I decided to move forward and create a consistent series of videos that discuss the news and notes as it relates to internet streaming platforms. I'm talking about your Netflix, your Hulu Plus, your Amazon Prime Instant Video, in addition to the smaller sites like Crackle and Yahoo Screen and PlayStation Network and anything new that might develop over time. Now when I shot this, I originally wanted to do it as a single episode, but quickly discovered upon playback that it was a bit longer than I felt like the average attention span would appreciate. So going forward, I plan on having each segment be its own episode. But what you're going to see today is the beginning and end of an episode, with each segment in between, just a couple minutes to give you a taste of what each episode would be like. So know that when something transitions from one segment to another, mid-thought on occasion, know that that is intentional only for this video. Now I've already discovered some things that I would like to improve upon. Namely, I would like to rely on my notes less. When you see me look to the left, that is me looking at my notes. I also would like to train myself out of using the filler words and And I also would like to have more professional looking titles and captions for the lower third of the screen. But for today's purposes, I think is a more than serviceable pilot that hopefully you'll be able to provide feedback on. Also know that by the time you watch this, some of the content might be outdated. So, I encourage you to sit back with drink in hand and witness the humble beginnings of Stream On. And of course, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Today on the show, we're going to be discussing the latest news coming out of the world of streaming, and also what's coming to our favorite services in the month of April, in addition to what is leaving Netflix on April 1st. And finally, I'm going to give you a tip on a service that you could use to make sure that your streaming never misses a step. Hello and welcome to Stream On, the show that keeps you in the know of everything happening in the world of your favorite streaming services. First up on today's bit of news, we'll talk about that is that Hulu has just recently become the exclusive streaming partner of the Fox show Empire. A very popular show on Fox starring Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson. Has to do with a music mogul and his family. It's very soapy, so I'm told. I have not seen the show myself. Look forward to seeing it. I know that there's a character named Cookie on it, which I like. But I'm looking forward to watching it, starting from the beginning. There's still some episodes from the end of the season available on Fox.com. But if you want to start from the beginning, like I need to, you're only going to be able to watch it on Hulu. Hulu has exclusive rights to Empire for the foreseeable future. Up next, T-Mobile, the cell phone provider, in addition to Samsung, they're offering a free one-year subscription to Netflix if you purchase a new Samsung Galaxy S6 or S6 Edge. Now, I'm not entirely sure how the two are connected. Phones, Netflix. I admit I do sometimes watch an episode of something while I'm on the go, while I'm out, but I prefer to watch stuff on home, on the big screen, or on a big screen TV. So it's a bizarre partnership, but if you purchase one of those two phones between now and April 12th, have your receipt in hand, go to a specific website, they will give you a free one-year subscription to Netflix, valued at over $100. So if you need a new phone and you love Netflix, it works. Alright, that's our last news story for today. Let's move on and discuss what's leaving Netflix in the next couple days on April 1st. And I'm going to give you a few suggestions of what you can watch in the next 2 days so that you do not miss some great television and movies. Leaving April 1st are some Friday the 13th movies. These are the original Friday the 13th. Leaving on April 1st are, stay with me here, Friday the 13th Part 1 through 4, 6, and 8. 1 through 4, 6, and 8. Now if you're a fan of Part 7, don't worry, don't freak out. They're keeping Part 7, so you can still watch that past April 1st. Fans of Part 5, I don't know what happened. It's not on the service now. It's not going to be on the service. It's just missing. But I'm sure, like the psychopathic killer Jason featured in the movies, he's only lurking in the shadows and will soon enough reveal himself. Also leaving April 1st is the classic movie starring Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. These two women, they were the hottest thing on the planet back then. This movie was made in the mid-50s. It's a musical. It's where we got the song Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell in the same movie. It's a great movie. If you're a classic film buff and you haven't seen it yet, you definitely want to see it. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Yes. Also leaving on April 1st are the original Karate Kid trilogy. This is Karate Kid starring Ralph Macchio as Daniel-san and Pat Morita as Mr. Miyagi, not the Jaden Smith stuff. Karate Kid Part 1, 2, and 3 leaving us on April 1st, so check them out. And finally, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is leaving on April 1st. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that it'll only be leaving temporarily because Netflix is developing a new Pee-wee Herman movie. Also on April 2nd, Groundhog Day, the Bill Murray classic. Been cool if it had come out a couple months earlier for actual Groundhog Day, but we'll take what we can get on April 2nd, Groundhog Day. And then finally, a little standout, on April 18th, Amazon will be receiving last year's film Noah, the Darren Aronofsky directed, Russell Crowe starring picture. Noah, lots of controversy about whether or not the story didn't have enough biblical material in it. You'll be able to check it out for yourself and make your own decision on April 18th. It'll be on Amazon, and it's also coming on Netflix on the same day on April 18th. Hulu is releasing the second season of their original show, Deadbeat, which is a stoner comedy starring Tyler Labine. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You'll recognize him from the show Reaper, also the show Invasion. Remember Invasion with the aliens? And the movie Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. He is the lead character in Deadbeat. Its second season is releasing on, what else for a stoner comedy, on 4/20. So, get your Doritos, get your Mountain Dew, call in sick from work, and binge watch the second season for Deadbeat on 4/20. On Yahoo Screen, they have a new comedy being released called Other Space. It is created by Paul Feig, who you will remember is the brain behind Bridesmaids and is directing the new all-female cast Ghostbusters reboot that'll be coming up soon. So his new show called Other Space is going to be released on Yahoo Screen on April 14th. One last thing I want to give you is a kind of an insider tip on something that I use to check to see what shows and movies are available on what streaming platform. It's called Yidio. I know it's kind of a weird name. Yidio, Y-I-D-I-O. It stands for Your Internet Video, Yidio for short. It is an app that you can get for iOS and Android devices. It also has they also have their own website, yidio.com. But they really focus their development on the apps because they know that you're on these bad boys a lot more than you're on your personal computer these days. So check out the Yidio app. What it is it kind of aggregates all of the different streaming platforms. So it knows what's available on all the different apps. You put in what you want to see in the search bar and it'll tell you where to find it. And you'll just click on it and the video will start automatically in the app that it's available on. And if you don't already have that app downloaded, it'll take you to the iTunes Store where you can download it then and then watch your film or television show. And if it happens to be something that's not available for streaming right now, it'll tell you where it is available to purchase. You can see Rotten Tomatoes scores for all the movies. Okay, so that's it for today's show. Until I see you next time, stream on, stream on, stream on.